Alright, set 5, we're going to look at Connie owns a laundry service. She charges $3.50 for a small load, $4.25 for a large load. She brings her, so one day Octavio brings 7 small loads and 4 large. Assuming that there's no taxes or anything, how much does she charge? So this one should be pretty easy for you. You take the $3.50 and you multiply that times what that's for the small load, so you have 7 small. So multiply that times 7. And you take the $4.25 that she charges for the large loads, which there's going to be 4 of those, and you put those in the calculator. So this is just going to be $24.50 for the small. 4 times 425 is $17 for the large. So totally, when you add the total together, you're going to have $41.50. That's assuming no taxes. So that's a pretty easy one. All right, let's look at this chart. By approximately what percent did they increase? So we're looking for percent increase in product sales from. We want to compare the 2016 sales to the 2017 sales. So first thing we need to do is need to figure out how much was the total sales in 2016. So I'm going to take 2016 total, and I need to compare it to the 2017 total to know like increase. So I'm going to add up 200,000, 150,000, 30,000, 145,000 plus 75,000. Add all them up in the calculator and we get 600,000. Okay. Next, I'm going to come over here, 250,000, 150,000, 60,000, 160,000, and 65,000. Add all those up and I got 685,000. Okay, so we definitely know it increased, and it increased by 85,000. To find percent change, you're going to have the difference over the original. Okay, so what is the difference between these two? We take that one and subtract that one. So the difference is, we already said it was going to be $85,000 was the difference over what was the original, was 600,000. And you put that in your calculator and it comes out to be 0.14. Well, how do you write 0.14 as a percent? That's just going to be move the decimal 2 places to the left. That's going to be 14%. And it's an increase because it goes up. So what you need to remember is that increase is the difference over the original. All right. If Kyle finishes his homework, he will get ice cream for dessert. Now, this you might not be the most familiar with, but this is an if-then problem. So if A, then B. If Kyle finishes homework, that's A, then B is he will get ice cream. Now, knowing an if-then statement, the only option that applies is going to be if not B, then not A. Okay, so we're looking for this case. If not B, then not A. And that one's going to end up being if Kyle does not get ice cream, because remember we said if A, so if A, this is homework, then B, which is ice cream. Okay, so then we're saying if not ice cream, then not homework. So that's going to be this first one. If Kyle did not get ice cream, so he did not do his homework. So this one takes some prior knowledge of the if-then statement. So if A, then B, you're going to be looking for the counter to that, which means if not B, then not A. And these other ones don't qualify for that. because this is not A, not B. And this one is Kyle never gets ice cream, so if he never is B, it means he's never A. If sometimes is not the if not then A, and Kyle can only have ice cream for dessert doesn't apply either. So you really got to kind of zone in on this and find the one that fits this category. If the value of y is between 0.00268 and 0.0339, which could be y. Okay, definitely this one's ruled out because it's bigger than 0.03. Um, you can also rule out um, A, B, C, D, E. This one, actually, hold on. Let's see. What else can we rule out? Oh, this one's smaller. So A is too small. C is 0.26. 0.26 is also larger, yes, because this one's 0 first, so the 2 makes it larger. 0.038. 038, that one's larger, so the only one that's left is this one. Basically, you can line up the decimal places and compare. Laura is scheduled to perform 24 surgeries in a week. She already performed 4 surgeries on Monday. How many surgeries must she perform each day on average to finish by Friday? So first of all, she has 24, but she already did 4. That means she has 20 left. And she's already used Monday, so that she has Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So that's what, 4 days? So she has 20 surgeries left. She has 4 days to do that, so she needs to do an average of 5 per day. Which of the following statements best describes the trend between X and Y? If you kind of drew a line of best fit, you can see it's increasing. As you move along the function going left to right, as your X values go up, your Y values are going up as well. So as X increases, Y increases. That one's easy. For as X increases, Y decreases, that would be a line that looks like this. That would be option B. And for it to remain constant would be a slope of 0, something like that. It's not that one. Both of them remain constant, and there's no trend between X and Y, so the only one that applies is as X increases, Y increases, and that's because there's a positive slope. All right, reading the table. Jefferson High School, there's 123 students were asked how many clubs they had joined. Their responses are shown in the table. 19 students said that they had 0 clubs. What's the average number of clubs per student to the nearest tenth? So not only we're doing average, we're also going to round to the nearest tenth. So first thing we need to do is calculate. So if there's 0 of them at 19, 19 of them are in 0 clubs. 28 of them are in 1 club. 36 of them are in 2 clubs. 24 of them are in 3 clubs. 16 are in 4 clubs. So total, add up that 0, 28, 72, 72, 64. So 236 total. The average is divided by the number of students. So you take that, divide by the number of students, which they told us was 123. And there's approximately 1.9186 and we want to round to the nearest tenth. So if you're going to round it to here, it's just going to be 1.9 because this one doesn't make it round up. So it's just approximately 1.9. All right, stem and leaf plots. Remember that to do a stem and leaf, you read this as 22, 23, 23, 24, 27, 28. Then the next one is 32, 32, so on and so forth. It says ages of the members are listed in the stem and leaf above. What's the median? Median means when they're all in order according to least to greatest. What's the middle? Okay, well, if I line them up, I could do 22, 23, or I can count them total. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If there's 20 and I divided it in half, the middle is the 10th ones. So let me count 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then start from the back and count 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can see that 10 ends up landing on two of them. When you have median and it's on two of them, you have to find the average. So basically I have to take, remember that's 34, and I have to take 35 because it didn't land on exactly one in the middle. There was two of them. Then that's just going to give me 69, and then I have to take the average. So add them and divide by 2, so it's going to be 34.5. One of the other things you can do on a stem and leaf, because it's automatically organized in 0, is just start from the front and back and mark one, mark one. Mark one off the front, mark one off the back. Front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, and then you can see you land on 2. So same idea. If you would have landed on 1, you would just name that one. But when you land on 2, you have to take the average of them. So a couple different ways to do the stem and leaf, whatever's easier for you. Okay. 3x plus 2 is greater than 8 minus 5x. The first thing you want to do when solving the inequality is get the x values on the same side. So I'm going to add 5x to both sides so that that goes away, and I'll have 8x plus 2 is greater than 8. Our goal is to get x by itself, so I want to subtract 2. Whatever you do to one side, do to the other. 8x is greater than 6. If they multiply by 8, divide both sides by 8. You always want to get x by itself, so x is greater than 6/8, which is divide by 2, divide by 2. That reduces to 3/4, so x is greater than 3/4. And we're here. Alright, Sylvia is constructing a fenced garden in the shape of a right triangle. Remember I told you that's very important because that means this is guaranteed to be 90 degrees. Okay, what's the perimeter of the fence? The perimeter is add up all the sides. So I need to add up, add up, add up. Well, I know this side and this side, I don't know this one. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But when you have a right triangle, you can use Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, well, a and b don't matter. The one that has to be the longest one is c. Well, in this case, this is the longest side, so we know the missing side has to be c. So I'm going to leave that alone. I'll let 24 be a, and I'll let the 7 be b. It doesn't, those two really don't matter as long as the longest side is always c. 24 squared is 576. 7 squared is 49. So it's going to give us 625 is equal to c squared. Take the square root of both sides. and 25 is equal to C. So what we found out here is that this is 25. Now the question was, what is the perimeter? And perimeter says add up all the sides, so I have to say 24 plus 25 plus 7. Put that in your calculator. 24 plus 25 plus 7 is equal to 56.